Welcome back to my master layout series. Today I'll show you exactly how I stacked and die cut two of the dies from Master Layouts 4, then stamped and used a gorgeous layering stencil to ink blend right over them for a stunning card panel. Hi everyone, it's Annette with ASCardDesign. Let's get started. So here is the design or the index sheet for Master Layouts 4, and you can get that right from GinaK's website, and I'll link that in the description below. But it has the size of the dies, and then on the other side I have the layout ideas sheet that she provides. And we're doing something completely different today, but I am going to use two of the dies from this die set. We're going to be using that scalloped rectangle and the heart die, and both of these are stitched dies. So I'm first going to bring in my card base, which is Christmas pine. All the supplies will be listed in the description below. And I'm going to be stamping my logo stamp first. Now I've never done this really in this order, but we're using the GinaK pigment ink in ivory. Since we're using a dark colored cardstock, I thought it would be really nice to have this ivory ink. And I have to say, I really am loving this pigment ink lately. I've been using it in some other projects and I really love it. It's just a beautiful ivory color and it's very creamy. It does take a while to dry though. So especially with this card technique, you must let it dry, and I'll explain that later. So I'm going to grab the two dies. We're going to be using this beautiful stitched scallop die. I really like this. It makes perfect USA 2 size panels, and this heart die also stitched. So bring in the GinaK Intricate die cutting machine, and first I just have the half sheet of cardstock right there, the white cardstock, and we're just going to die cut one of each of these for right now, and I'll just run that through the machine. And here in a second I'll show you just how pretty they are. These make really pretty cards. I've used them for Easter cards, this scalloped edge, that is. I've used it for Easter cards, anniversary cards, birthday cards. But there's the stitched heart. I really love that. And that stitched scallop die. Very pretty. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and then I'm going to take another half sheet, and I just want to cut out the heart first. This is a really cool technique, and you can use this with any of your dies. If you don't have Master Layouts 4, just look at your stash and see what you have. But you can really replicate this technique with what you have in your stash already. So there is our heart. And now I'm going to bring in the scalloped edge, and I'm just going to lay this heart. It doesn't matter if it's going off the edge of the paper. I just want to capture part of that heart onto that scalloped die. So when we cut it, I'm just going to have a piece of that heart, just a piece of that heart. And you'll see here in a second when I run it through. So I'm going to tape that down so it doesn't move, because I have it exactly how I'm going to have my two pieces that I'll glue together in a little bit. And then we'll run that through the machine. And then you'll see here, it'll make sense here when I take it out. You'll see how that's just going to fit right in that bottom right corner. And I really love doing this with different die elements. I love stacking dies, and then I really love stenciling over them. But we're going to do stamping and stenciling. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this little piece down right away. And this is pretty easy to do. You just line up those little scalloped edges. It took me just a second to get that lined up, and we'll get that down on that panel. Now this is going to go on the inside because we do need something to be able to put our greeting on or handwrite a note. Since we're using the Christmas pine, we need something light that we can write on. So this is going to go on the inside, but we will decorate that here in a little bit. So I'm just going to show you there. Isn't that pretty? And we'll set that aside to dry. And then we're going to work on our front panel. Now I'm bringing in the GinaK Dot Runner. This is a repositional tape, and I just taped the back of it just a little bit because we're going to remove it later. I just want to hold it in place, and we're just going to position that and stick it down, and we're going to put it in our MISTI. And I have that double background one grip mat in there holding down my panel. And then here, this stamp is just absolutely gorgeous. This is the Holiday Tapestry stamp set. So beautiful. So many beautiful stamps. It has a lot of Christmas and holiday stamps, but this big stamp, I'm going to use this over the entire panel, the scallop edge and the heart all at once. and we're going to stamp that in the pigment ink. Now, as I said earlier, this ink is very thick, and I'm going to just say it's like a heavy ink. I don't know if that's the right term, but it takes a while to dry. And I am going to give it really good pressure because I want the stamped impression to go through onto both layers of those dies. So I want to make sure, there's a good continuous image. And so I'm going to stamp it probably, I know for sure twice, and I think I might even do it 3 times. But we're just going to get that down, get some really good pressure. I'm putting a lot of muscle into this and really making sure where the heart meets the scallop panel. I want to really make sure I have good contact with that ink. And there you can see. And I really love this ivory on white. I really love it. I'm going to be doing it a lot for anniversary cards, but today, I don't think I mentioned, we're making a wedding card. I have a wedding reception to go to on Saturday, and this is the card I'm taking. But there you go. Beautiful, isn't it? Let me know in the comments if you've done anything like this. I really love this technique, and I do hope you give it a try. So now we have the inside panel with that heart in the bottom right corner. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I cleaned off my stamp, and I'm just positioning it in that bottom right corner, and we're going to do the same thing. Give that some good ink. Give it a good press. Again, lots of pressure because I want the stamp to go over those stitched edges of that heart and onto the panel. And we'll do that again. And I'm using my Chucky tool just to make sure that I can get good pressure. And then I'll take it off the Misty there, and I'll show you. And there you go. All right, so I'm going to clean all this up, and I had to edit a lot of this out because those panels took about 20 minutes with a fan nearby. But in the meantime, I do go ahead and stamp the greeting. So I'm bringing in the Blissful Blossoms stamp set. This is a beautiful stamp set, and I really love the font on these greetings, but we're going to be doing the wishing, I can't remember what it says. I have my card here in front of me as I'm doing my voiceover. On your wedding day, it says on that one. So I'm going to stamp that in the dark spruce. And we're going to be using spruces and oranges on our stencil layer coming up. So stay tuned. So go ahead and get that stamped. And I think I do this, I'm pretty sure I do this 3 times because I really wanted that green to be very, I just wanted it to be a nice solid pine green or that deep spruce color, which these spruces are probably my favorite trio of inks. All right, and there you can see, my camera gets in focus, that beautiful greeting. And again, I am just getting the die here, the coordinating die. I do all this off camera because I did start recording. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. I didn't hit the record button. So I had to kind of do all this off screen. But when I come back here, you'll see that the greeting's already die cut. But I am bringing in my sticky mat. And it's probably about 30 minutes later, and this panel is completely dry. And I'm just laying it on my sticky mat. I like to use a sticky mat when I'm stenciling, just because I can move it around as I go around the stencil. It's just really easy. So I'm bringing in one of my favorite stencils. This is Divine Rose, and this is a 4-piece layering stencil, and they're labeled. Trying to find where my labeling is to show you, but they are labeled in the bottom left corner when you have it facing the right way. So, and these are labeled 1 through 4. So I am just finding where I want to put my stencil number 1, and I am going to tape it down with some washi tape. And then I'm bringing in my ink stand. And for the flowers, I'm using oranges. So I'm using Sweet Mango and Tangerine Twist. The Sweet Mango is lighter, so I'm going to start off with that. Again, all the supplies are listed in a visual supply list in the description below. Some of them are affiliate links, and if you choose to use those, I really appreciate it. It helps my channel, and it's at no extra cost to you. Okay, so we have our blending brushes, and I'm just going with a super light hand. Now I'm barely touching this stencil. It's super light because I want the stamped, tapestry stamp to show through, and I'm showing you right now how you can still see it through that ink blending. So that's what you want. And that's all I'm going to do for that color. But now I need to take the light spruce and do those little leaves that are on this stencil. So I'm just taking my other blending brush, my green one, and just going over with, again, with a light hand. I really want these colors to be soft because, again, I want that ivory stamped image to come through the ink blending as much as possible. Some of it won't come through the dark spruce, but that's okay. But especially on the flower, I want you to be able to see it. Okay, so stencil number 1 is done. I will pull that off and show you, and I'm cleaning the stencils after the video, so I'm just putting them on the floor behind me. If you watch my live streams, you know everything goes on the floor behind me. All right, stencil number 2. These stencils are very easy to line up, but just take your time. Don't rush through it. You certainly don't want to be hasty and then start ink blending and then find out that you were off and have to start all over. So just take your time when you're lining up your stencils. And now we're going in with Tangerine Twist. Now this orange is very vibrant, but I'm going in with a very light hand, super light hand, and not really building up color, not putting layer upon layer of ink, just one pass. And then the dark spruce, well, the dark spruce is kind of dark, so even with a light hand, it comes on pretty dark. So I'm bringing in a detail blending brush, and these will come in dark. It's okay. Like I said, I really want the flower to show that stamped image through. And so we'll just do some dark spruce highlights on the leaves and get those in. And these little detail blending brushes work great for these little openings in the stencil. I'll be using the spruces a lot for my Christmas cards, which I haven't really even started making any. I'm going to probably be behind this year. But isn't that gorgeous? I really like the spruces and the oranges together with that ivory. Wait till you see the end result. This card is just stunning. Okay, stencil number 3. This has all the leaves and the stems, and I am lining up the bottom, like where the leaves attach to the stems. There's 3 of them. So I'm just lining those up, and then all the other leaves will fall into place. Super easy. And I'm using my washi tape. Isn't that pretty washi tape? I found it at a bookstore, at the checkout of a bookstore. And who knew? But I loved it. It was just really pretty. So I picked them up. All right, so I'm going in with light spruce, and I'm being very careful because some of the leaves have these little like veins from the stencil, and they're very delicate and fragile. So I don't really want to press too hard. And again, I'm going on with a light hand anyway, but I'm just being mindful and kind of going in the direction of those veins of the stencil, I'll call them, and just being very careful that my brush bristles don't get caught underneath it or bend them in any way. And here I'm just moving the sticky mat around so I can blend this way. It's just a little bit easier for me. And you can see I'm going in the direction of those veins right now just to be super careful. And while I'm doing that, I'm picking up ink that's already on the stencil. So you don't always have to go back to the ink pad. You can use the ink that's on the stencil. All right, isn't that gorgeous? It's really shaping up. And then this is the 4th and final stencil. And this will be the dark spruce, and this will really make this image pop. So I hope you really, let me know in the comments if you think you might try this. Layer your stamps and your die cuts and stencils. Just keep building on your panel, and just the results are stunning. Here I'm speeding it up because you've seen me ink blend, but I'm just going, in real time I went very, very slowly, but I ink blended it, and now I'm taking that brush and just using the ink that's on my stencil and just going over it one more time. And I'm just taking a paper towel to just get some of that ink off because I didn't want to get it on my hands. I was afraid I was going to get it on my hands when I removed it, and then I'd smudge up my panel. I did not want to start over at this point, but isn't that pretty? We're not done with that yet. That heart is not staying exactly where it is. So but you can see that stamped tapestry stamp in the ivory through the stencil of the rose, which is so pretty. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to take that off. And now what am I doing? Oh, I'm scoring my card base. Okay, so I have this little, I don't even know where I got this, but it's just like a tiny little scoring board, and I'm scoring my card base at 4 1/4. I was going to edit this out, but I thought I'd leave it in to show you. I normally don't show this on camera. And then I'm just folding it over and taking the scoring tool and flattening out and just burnishing that fold so it's nice and flat. All right, and we'll get that put away. All right, now here comes the scary part. We're going to rip the Band-Aid off. We're taking this die cut heart off of the panel. And I was going to rub off the dot runner, but it really wasn't necessary. And you'll see here why in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and glue down the panel to the card base. And just eyeballing and getting it centered as best I can. And there you go. Isn't it pretty with that Christmas pine card base? Those oranges and the ivories. I really love it. So I did stamp the congratulations greeting in the dark spruce from this big congrats stamp set. Now I've had this stamp set for a while. I use it for everything: retirement, graduations, um, uh, anniversaries. It's just, it's a very versatile stamp set. So we're gluing that down. I think this really just finishes off the inside so beautifully. Okay, now we got this to deal with this heart, and I am going to pop this up on foam squares. So I have the GinaK 1/2" foam squares, and we're just going to put these on the back side. I'm going to speed this up. We'll get those all down. I'm putting a lot, and I like to test it, make sure there's no dips, and then we'll just remove the backers. And I'm going to bring in my reverse tweezers, and I am going to put glue on each one of those foam squares just to give me some room to move it around and shift it, because I want this perfectly right in the spot where it was. And I'm just lining up those leaves. I'm looking at the leaves in the top left part of the heart and at the bottom right part, just lining them up so they're one continuous image. And it's very easy to do. And that's it. That's all you do. And it just gives a nice little lift, a little bit of separation off of that panel. Isn't that pretty? And that's the inside. So all we have left to do is to add the greeting. Now, when I did die cut this, I die cut it 2 more times out of white cardstock, and I glued all of those together. So that is 3 layers thick. So that'll give it also a little separation. And then I'm just gluing it right down. I'm not going to pop it up. And that is our finished card from Master Layouts 4. Let me know what you think. I love this card so much. I love all the colors, love that scalloped edge, and that die cutting and stamping right on top of the die cuts and stenciling right on top of all of that. I just think it's a great idea. I hope you give it a try, and I hope you're really enjoying this series. If you are, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. I will be doing Master Layouts 5 coming up. I'm not sure when, but soon. And coming up next is another video I think you'll enjoy. I hope you do. And until next time, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.